So we finally reached, after around 4.5 hours of drive, we've reached Junagadh city. This is actually at the foothills of Girnar. Supposedly, there are a lot of monasteries in this area, not in the city, but in the Girnar area. Around 350 kilometers from Ahmedabad by the look of it. Pretty big, actually around the 7th largest city in Gujarat. The plan is to stop here and have lunch and then proceed on to see the Junagadh fort. It's only 5 minutes from there to the Ropeway. My booking is for 3 o'clock. We're already at 1:15. We'll have to just manage the time. We're going slightly out of the city for lunch. It's apparently better than the ones we had at Sourastra and Dwarka. Going for that. ये क्या क्या है भाई? आमरस, काला जामुन, गुलाब जामुन, हलवा, रबड़ी, श्रीखंड. Okay. Extra 40. Okay. This stuffed chili. It's absolutely yum. Everything is absolutely flavorful. One consistent element which I'm now getting used to is the dal being slightly sweet, but it's out of the world. I just had food from is the grand potato one, and not that. This is the one. It's 180 per thali. Really good. That's the route to the fort. Most probably cover it very quickly. There is an option to take a buggy and go inside as well. I may not most probably opt for that. The entire fort is around 9 kilometers inside. So if you want to take a guide, they'll accompany you for around 2 kilometers. This is where you get the tickets. That's pretty massive. It's the Uparkot fort. Going in quickly, not planning to do the entire stretch. This temple was used by soldiers in the olden days. It accommodates around 2,000 people, and they used to hide here to protect the fort whenever it was being attacked. There is an option to get bicycles on rent as well.
This fort was established during the times of the Maurya Empire and was used during the Gupta period as well. It is believed that a 10th century king Graharibu is responsible for freeing it from the jungle and laying its foundations.
There's a view of the city also.
It's also called the Giridarg, meaning a fort that is erected on a mountain or a hill. Built on the eastern outskirts of the city, the height of its walls appears to vary. One of the fort's highest points is around 20 meters above the surface of Junagadh. From a security perspective, it is at an extremely strategic spot. Most of the city of Junagadh can be observed from here.
Cannons here are huge, like these, and there are some very small ones as well, like this guy. And we have just reached the Ropeway. That was exactly 11 minutes drive from the fort. Entry is not via gate number 2, which was over there. I'm approaching gate 1. Checking got over. They took my gimbal and my selfie stick, but I still have my mic and my phone, so hopefully cover as much as possible. These are the various Jain temples. After getting to the other side, people choose to go down the stairs and visit all these temples as well. That's an option if you have enough time. And just got out. We are at 3,300 feet by the look of it. Climb up 73 steps and you get to Ambaji temple. Climb down around 1,000 steps and you get to Jain temple. And the last service is at 5 p.m. for the cable car. So if you miss it, be ready to go down the stairs. That's the only way. So just around 30 odd steps and you get to the sunset point. And that's Ambaji temple, 3,300 feet above sea level. That's Gorakhnath and that's Dattatreya, and those are the Jain temples right out there, and that's the sunset point. Online it says, when I researched, it showed that Dattatreya temple is the tallest. Here it's written, and the people here say that the Gorakhnath temple, which is right behind me over there, that's the tallest. That's around approximately 3,600. Dattatreya is 3,200 and odd feet from sea level, which is more or less at par with this temple, which is Ambaji temple. That's Gorakhnath, and right behind is Dattatreya.
The number of steps to the top of Girnar is 10,000, and people climb them as a spiritual journey, stopping at the various temples along the way. The ropeway helps cover 5,000 of these steps and come straight to Ambaji temple. One can opt to cover the remaining further up to the other mounts from here. As I said earlier, the other alternative is to climb down and visit the Jain temples as well.
They call this a twin blessing spot because you get both Gorakhnath and Dattatreya in the same frame. On the way back, it would be a good idea to come back by 4:15 at least. It's a very, very long queue. And they're very serious when they say they'll close at 5 o'clock. And it also depends on the weather conditions. So here today they were saying that it's pretty windy. So they were trying to get all the people into each of the cabins quickly. And that was one hell of an experience. Do plan in such a way that you can get back to the ropeway by 4:15 from the other side. That's the only point I would say. But instead of trying to book the last slot, try and book it slightly earlier so that you can spend some time. It's really lovely out there.
And thus was my day at Junagadh, a beautiful one taking in its history and its beauty. If you like this video, do consider subscribing to my channel. My next stop in the Sourastra series is the Gir National Park. I hope to see you next week.